I want to share with you a question as part of our One People, One Heart initiative at the RJC. Our Parsha this week, Parshat Toldot, begins with a 7-pasuk problem. And that problem seems to be solved in the next 99 psukim of the Parsha, if not more. And I want to ask you a question. What's the purpose of that problem? Our Parsha begins, Yitzchak and Rivka have not had any children. They prayed to Hashem for children, and miraculously, Rivka's blessed. She has twins, Esau and then Yaakov. That's the first 7 psukim of our parsha. The pasuk reads, "Vayitzeh harishon admoni kulo kader tse'ar, vayikru'u shemo Esau." First came out the red one. His name was Esau. And afterwards, only after Esau is born, comes his brother, V'yado ochezes ba'akev Esau, vayikra shemo Yaakov. And Yaakov is born following that, and he's holding on to Esau's foot. And that pasuk, those 2 psukim, basically sum up the whole problem. Esau was born first, and Yaakov wasn't happy about it. Immediately he tries to pull him back in by the foot. But Esau was born first, and that sets up the rivalry for the rest of the parsha. Wouldn't it have been easier if just Yaakov would have been born first? What happens next? Esau is the Bechor, the firstborn. He really should be the one who inherits Yitzchak, their father. But Yaakov knows that that's not appropriate. Yaakov knows that the real heir to Yitzchak's legacy is himself. And so, for the next couple of psukim, Yaakov has to fool Esau into selling the birthright to him. He sells the birthright, Esau sells the birthright to Yaakov for a bowl of soup and a little bit of bread. At the time, Esau is very happy to get rid of it. What does he care? But then, towards the end of the parsha, we see that Esau regrets the sale, and therefore, again, Yaakov needs to fool, this time, Yitzchak, so that he can get the brachos which are rightfully his. He had bought the Bechorah, he had bought the birthright, and therefore, to get the brachos from Yitzchak, he dresses up like Esau, he brings him food, he claims to be Esau, and Esau is not happy with this. Our parsha ends with Yaakov running away from the wrath of his brother. So, wouldn't it have all been simpler had Yaakov been born first? Why was Esau born first to create all this animosity, to create this problem? Why doesn't Hashem just make it that Yaakov was born first? Unless you say that it was not preordained, lest you say that it just has happenstance. We see that that's not true, because before the children are born, Rivka is told by the Navi, by the prophet, Vayomer Hashem la, at the beginning of our parsha, God speaks to her through the prophet, Shnei goyim bevitneich. There are 2 nations in your womb, Ushnei lu'umim meme'ayich yiparedu, 2 kingdoms will come out from you, L'om mel'om yamat, v'rav yavod tzir. The younger one, the older one, V'rav, the older one, meaning Esau, Yavot Tzir, will serve Yaakov. So before the children are born, already the rivalry is set up that the older one will serve the younger one. Why not just reverse it? Why does Hashem ordain that there has to be this rivalry? And I turn to you. I wonder what the answer is. I have a couple of ideas. Is it to create animosity, to create a rivalry, to keep Yaakov honest, so that there's somebody waiting in the wings if he falls? Or is it something else? I'm interested to hear what you have to say. If you see me over Shabbos, please let me know if you have any thoughts. Or you could just leave it in the comments down below. I wish you a wonderful Shabbos.